We've got the Mandalorian character that came out. She's actually from the Clone Wars animated, Star Wars Clone Wars animated show. Her name is Bo-Katan Kryze, or Kryze, depending on how you want to say it. And the reason I got her, not because I'm really crazy about the character, but I've got this sort of collection of all the Mandalorians, and you know, from Boba Fett to Bo-Katan, all the Mandalorian figures that Star Wars Black Series has made. Then this new show coming out, The Bad Batch, that they're about to drop, which is sort of spin-off from the Clone Wars, is about this batch of clones that are just sort of unruly. They don't follow orders as well. They kind of do their own thing. They're more unique. They're not really the clone type. They're more independent. And these are the figures that they made. Bad Batch. This is the cat with like half his face is, I guess it's scarred or painted. Yeah, his name's Hunter. And this old cat was Crosshair. And Elite Squad Trooper, just sort of a generic trooper dude, which I've kind of got all of those trooper cats too. The Black Series. I always loved the helmets, the Star Wars characters. Yeah, so I did call that an unboxing, but I don't know. We'll take them out the box. I'll take them out for y'all. This is Ventress, also from Clone Wars. She's going to my Sith collection because I kind of collected all the Sith ones as well. I like that dark side stuff. She was Count Dooku's apprentice. So for y'all that knew about the movies but might not have caught the animated show, Count Dooku was that old British cat that the old British cat in Star Wars. Palpatine told Anakin to cut his head off. And he's the one that fought little Yoda. And yeah, Dooku was a bad dude, man. Count Dooku was a bad dude in the novels. In the books, was actually really dope. In the movies, I was not impressed. I don't know. The old British cat didn't seem as menacing as Count Dooku, but and this just goes to show you, this is his apprentice, dual wielding bad bitch. All right, so let's break her out the box. I always keep the boxes in great condition because I do take them out and I do put them on my shelf back there, but always keep the boxes so that if I ever wanted to travel, or move rather, or sell them, if your collectibles are not in their boxes, they lose a great deal of their value, sometimes half of their value or more. So I always keep the boxes in great condition, and I always put them back in the boxes if I ever move or anything like that. Pretty cool looking figure. She's got a lot of detail. She got this dope sort of sash deal right here. It's made of like rubber, and then she's got this is actually made of cloth. It's really cool. She's got a head that tilts this far up and this far down and moves right to left really easy. Swivel wrists, so lots of articulation. So let's hook her up with her joints, with her sabers. She got the red joints because she's a Sith, and of course the lightsabers that the Sith have are red because the crystals they use are synthetic, and the synthetic kyber crystals glow red. That's why Siths always have red lightsabers. You got your Jedis who have blue ones or green ones or yellow ones, and that just depends on the color of kyber crystal that they use to make them. Let's pop out Hunter from the Bad Batch. Really easy to open these boxes. I love that they just slide right out. A lot of boxes, they make you tear them up to get them out. I'll show you a couple of those later. They included a lot of stuff with this guy. He's got sort of backpack thing here. It looks like he's got the cool face scar thing going on, so I probably will have him hold his helmet. I always put the helmets on because it just looks dope, but he's got that cool face scar going on, so I might have him holding the helmet. And they give him 2 guns and a knife. The weapons are cool for you displaying. You want to display him. Looks like he's got a little slat here in his wrist for the knife to go into. That's pretty cool. And then he's got his hand made out like he's holding a gun with his finger on the trigger. So you just slide that in there, you pop that in, boom. And you got him holding a pistol, holding a gun. Of course, this is all for display purposes. For y'all, these ain't, we not playing with toys, right? We not getting these to play with them or whatever like we did when we were little. This is collector stuff, man. We throw these up because they look dope on the shelf. We call that shelf porn right there. We just got shelves full of dope collectibles, man, and ill characters. So yeah, we not buying toys, you understand? We buying collectibles, you dig? And we displaying them joints. We not playing with them. And next we got Crosshair, the old head from Bad Batch. And this cat is coming with the heat. Rifle about bigger than him. He comes with several things as well. He's got the pack. It goes on his back, and you can throw this ill sniper rifle that he got. Looks like it slots right in here in the backpack somewhere, like that. Boom. So he just rocks that. And you got the old head that moves up and down, swivels left and right. He's got lots of articulation. Again, we're not playing with them, so the only reason that the articulation matters, and it does matter, is because the way you want to pose them and set them up on your shelf, you want to be able to have different poses. You know, myself, I prefer the figures to statues. You know, there's a lot, and trust me, I would be I ain't gonna front. I'd be collecting statues if I could afford, you know, a few of them, because they're about $1,000 each. A nice statue, a dope Marvel statue or a comics character statue, you know, the really nice ones, the ones that I would bother buying, they're between $600 and $1,600. So, some of them are over $2,000. I mean, they're phenomenal pieces of art. Don't get me wrong, well worth the money. But I'm just not to the point where I'm paying for, you know, $2-3 for a statue of a Marvel character. I ain't there yet, you know, dig. But you can get one of these for 20, 30, 40 bucks and pose it however you want. You might get tired of your statue. You can't change how the statue looks. You can't alter it. You can't pose it differently. So I kind of like the figures for that, because they're posable. In other words, you can put them in cool positions and, you know, make them look interesting. And when you get tired of the way they look, you just change the way they're standing. Next, we got Bo-Katan from the Mandalorian. You either loved her or you hated her. She's a Mandalorian that was the first one to introduce to Din Djarin that he didn't need to wear his helmet all the time. And he thought that was odd, and of course everybody watching the show didn't understand why these ones was taking their helmets off. They didn't really break that down, but what it is that they're from an older faction, or he's from an older faction that believed that you had to keep your helmet on always. And Bo-Katan comes with these 2 pistols, and the face sculpt is really amazing. They really made it look just like the actress from the show. Let me get it where it can focus. Yeah, you really can't see as well from the camera, but yeah, man, really great sculpt. Really, really realistic looking. Looks just like the actress. She got the 2 pistols. She's chilling 2 guns. She got her jetpack that Mandalorians have, and it's got like a little missile on it, and they got the rockets on the bottom. And then of course she's got her Mandalorian helmet, and she will be rocking that at all times on my shelf, because I don't like the way her head looks. I usually don't get figures where they have a face. Most of the figures that I like to get, they either have some sort of a mask or helmet, or they're alien, or some, you know, they're not just the human face ones. I'm not crazy about, and it kind of looks a little weird. So yeah, man, that was my trip to Atlantis Comics, Portsmouth, Virginia, and just a few of the things that I picked up. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Keep the LCS alive, man. Shout out your local comic shop, man. Post that joint, talk about it, advertise for them, because they're there for you. Most local comic shops don't have advertising budgets. Okay, they don't have big money. There's not money in a comic store. If you want to open a comic store, don't do it to make money, because you just do it because you love comics. That's why you open a comic shop, and that's why they need support to stay in business, because there's not a huge margin. They don't make a lot of profit. You would think, because of the nature of collectibles and the value and all of that, but think, how often does someone walk in and buy $1,000 comic book? Probably not every day, right? So they depend on smaller, you know, purchases of single issues off the newsstand sometimes, and that's, you know, $3, $4, $5, $6, you know, for one. A lot of people don't come in like I do and buy a stack of comics every time they come in. So comic shops need our support, man. They need our love, and they deserve it, because they're there for us, and I want them to be there for our children. So anyway, salute to hip hop, salute to the tribe, Full Blast Radio, DJ Tiger. Shout out to Al Mega from Comic CRUSADERS. That's my dog. Al Mega puts me down with all of the latest comics, and I'm able to review them and show y'all, you know, what's going on in the comics that'll be out through the Al Mega. Shout out to COOKZ and SPADENOMICS Comics, also on Instagram. Shout out to him, and shout out to Jacob at Dad and Daughter Comics on Instagram. And I'll catch y'all Mondays, every Monday at 6:30 p.m. right here on the Sixth Element of Hip Hop for Hip Hop and Comics live podcast, broadcast, whatever you want to call it, with DJ Tiger, myself, and Stu Snoop Dogg, and whatever special guests we might have in. And of course, Grap Lover, who's a reoccurring guest, the brother of Pete Rock, the famous producer, hip-hop producer. So we get it in, man. We've interviewed people like J. Rue, the Damager, and X-Clan. And so that's every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Sixth Element of Hip Hop. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you see our new videos as they come out so you never miss anything. And I'll see y'all then. Peace.